Hello and welcome to Auto Shenanigans. How the devil are you? Have you had a good week? My name is John and thank you very much for joining me for another exciting episode of Forgotten Racetracks. Today I've come to Warwickshire, a county steeped in history with many notable residents, the most famous perhaps being William Shakespeare. It hosts many a castle, including Warwick and Kenilworth, and is home to automotive giants BMW, JLR and Aston Martin. The county is quickly establishing itself as a global hub for the gaming industry and has been home to the game developers Codemasters since the 1980s. Just on the outskirts of Coventry, say 5 miles or so from the city centre, you'll find Brandon Stadium, also known as Coventry Stadium Raceway. It's another example of a happy memory-packed, forgotten or abandoned racetrack. But what's its story? How did it end up like this? That's what we're going to have a look at. The stadium opened for its first event in September of 1928. It featured a 301-metre shale raceway that sat within inside a 409-metre greyhound track. The official capacity of the venue was 12,500. However, one night in 1954 at an event that was dubbed the Brandonapolis, the venue saw 24,000 people attend. It got to the point where stewards had to shut the front doors and turn people away because it was simply too full. In case you're wondering, the Brandonapolis was an annual event that featured some of the world's best speedway riders. It was a hugely popular event and it ran for decades. The track also saw plenty of action, from three-wheeled sidecars to banger racing to stock car racing, with the brisker Formula One stock car being held on the site from 1954. This class of racing was made up of custom-built single-seater race cars that only ever raced on oval raceways. It's fair to say this racing discipline is definitely seen as a contact sport, with drivers often punting one another out of the way. And one of my favourite rules is that the engine choice and horsepower is pretty much up to you. Most people run Chevy V8s. The track also saw use for various other forms of oval motorsport, such as the saloon stock cars, sprint cars, the mini stocks and the V8 hot stocks. Like most speedways around the country, Coventry Stadium had its own team, and they were known as the Coventry Bees. They started up in 1929 and have pretty much lasted as long as the track has.
Great night for the Coventry Bees. They have announced themselves very much in the playoff race, and they've got some big home meetings to come, and Coventry are a side to be reckoned with.
It was late 2016 that the announcement came for racing to be halted permanently. However, Coventry Stadium hasn't gone down without a fight. Oh no. A group was set up under the name Save Coventry Stadium, which is a very clever name, and they've been giving the developers a bit of a hard time, it seems. Perhaps rightly so. The developers want to smash it all down and put something like 140 houses on the site, but with nearly every local resident opposing this idea and the site being on a big chunk of greenbelt land, this just hasn't really taken off as the developers would like. Revised plans have been made with a little bit more of a community focus and slightly less housing, but again, none of this has really got off the ground. The developers have made it absolutely clear that they have no intention to return the site to racing, but they do find that they're constantly going to be up against a group of very motivated people who continue to fight to keep their speedway open as it was. In more recent times, the site has seen itself the victim of many arson attacks, and over the last couple of years, the buildings have been severely damaged as a result of this. Was this the work of a dodgy property developer who needs to get rid of the site quick in order to build some profitable houses? Or just a random act of criminality? It seems that the answer to that question isn't quite so clear. Whatever the situation, the site now sits abandoned with an uncertain future. Let's have a look around, and whilst we do that, we can maybe remember the better times that were once had at Brandon or Coventry Stadium Raceway. That's all from me for now, guys. Thanks very much for watching indeed. I hope you liked the video. If you did, there's a button specifically for that. And if you wouldn't mind helping me out with that all-important subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your week, whatever it is you get up to. My name's John. You've been watching Also Shenanigans, and I shall see you guys next time for another exciting episode of Stuff. Until then, take care. See ya. Bye now.